Hello, this is Rachel with the Otago Prattville Public Library, and today I'm going to show you all our elementary craft for Monday, August 10th. So the first thing you're going to need is one of these little kits. Comes in a little sandwich baggie. Most of our craft kits come in a big gallon bag, so that's how you can tell that this one is different. And inside of this kit, we have a little bit of cork, a couple of thumbtacks or push pins, a couple of knickknacks that we can glue onto our push pins to decorate them, a little cardboard tag, and a magnet. The items you will need in order to complete this craft, in addition to that, will be a hot glue gun, wet glue, a hot glue gun, and scissors. So I'm going to go ahead and get us started. I'm going to take my kit, take all the pieces out carefully. Be especially careful with the thumbtacks that you don't poke yourself. So we're going to take those out of our cork for now and place them carefully on our work surface so that they don't roll away or we don't lose track of them or anything like that. We've got our cork, we're going to set that aside as well. We've got half of a magnet, we're going to set that in our work surface. And I just have a couple of paper towels laid out for us to work with just to catch any excess glue. And then we have our button and a Scrabble piece and our little bitty cardboard tag just for fun. So what we're going to do to start, we're going to measure out with a pen or a pencil the circumference of the cork. So I'm going to grab that and plop it right on top of my magnet, and I'm going to trace all the way around the cork so that we get kind of a template for how big we need the magnet to be. So I've got my circle on my magnet. And now I'm going to use my scissors very carefully to cut it out. And it doesn't have to be perfectly on the line. You will find that it's easiest to draw with your pen on the white or printed on side of the magnet. So that'll be the easiest way to see your circle when you draw it out. And that's also where we're going to put our glue. So we've got that cut out. We'll put our scissors aside. And now we're going to take some liquid glue and put it all over. Make sure we match up the correct side because one of the sides of the cork is a little bit smaller than the other. It's a little bit of a offset there with a little bit of a slant around the edge. So make sure that you find the side that matches the size of the magnet, and then we're going to put a bunch of glue all over the cork here. I like to do a lot of glue just because the cork kind of soaks some of the glue up, and we can always wipe away any excess. So I'm going to take my magnet and be sure to press the printed side down onto the glue so that our magnet part is facing out so that it can adhere to any metal objects for us. And press it down carefully. It's okay if it wiggles around a little bit. That's kind of natural for it with the ooey gooeyness of the glue. And then we're going to use a little bit of our extra paper towels. And get this extra glue out of the way. You can also hot glue this part with a hot glue gun and hot glue sticks if you have them. but for this step, the liquid glue works pretty much just as well. It stays on pretty well once it's dried. And because we won't be manipulating the actual cork part too much for this craft until it's dried, it's super easy to go ahead and let it sit and take the time that it needs to dry and secure properly. So now for our embellishments. Now this by itself makes a handy little magnet for your locker, for a cubby, for your fridge that you can pin things to, but I think it's fun as well to add a little bit of embellishment to your pins. So we've got just regular thumbtacks or pins here, the clear kinds, and I'm going to use some of this excess glue to glue mine, just because I don't feel like searching for the glue cartridges for my glue gun right now. But I am gonna set it down, face down, so it can dry and really take its time letting it secure. And then I'm gonna do the same thing with my Scrabble piece here and my other thumbtack. Now some of you won't have a Scrabble piece. Some of you, instead of the Scrabble piece, will have a little star pin, and you can use that as an embellishment as well. So I'm pressing it down for a moment just to get it nice and secure, and then I'm setting it aside so it can dry. Finally, this little tag you can use as an added kind of bonus embellishment. It can be used to make it a gift tag, so you can write who this magnet is for. You can use it as a little reminder, so on and so forth. So while these are drying, let me show you my finished product. Ta-da! So here we have an example of just a little printed promotion for the library app that I can put to show that you can put your homework on here. You can put photos from your favorite summer memories. All sorts of things can be pinned up here. I've got my cute little pin with my button on it, and I've got my star pin as well. And don't forget is what I put on my tag, so that I remember that whatever it is that I pin to this is very important. So I can hang it up on my fridge, I can put it in my locker, all sorts of options. I hope you guys enjoyed this craft. If you think of other ways to get creative with things you have at home and embellish this, you can absolutely do that. And I'd love to see what you guys all create. And the final thing that I want to let you all know is if you want to use hot glue, especially for the embellishments on the thumbtacks, that'll make it last a little bit longer. For the cork portion, well, where we're attaching the magnet itself, it's totally okay to use this liquid glue, but if you do have hot glue at home, that'll just speed up the drying process, and it'll also make your overall product a little bit sturdier. Okay, thank you all so much for joining me, and I hope to see you for the next craft. Have a good day.